I guess it's been a while since I've used NodeJS because I'm looking at the documentation here and it looks like we can use import export natively now instead of having to use const require, and we do that by creating MJS files instead of just JS files. So let's dive into that. Okay, so here I have just a folder set up and an app.mjs file. Now it's important that you name your extension .mjs. This is how it knows to look for these import export modules. And for now, let's just create a basic hello world, and then from there we'll expand and create some of these modules. So we can say function main, something like this, console.log hello world, like that. And then we can save that, and we're going to run it down here. You can add semicolons if you want. I do sometimes, depends on the day. So I'm going to say node app.mjs and run it, and we get nothing. Why do we get nothing? We didn't call our main function, so we have to go down here and say main. We need to call this function in order to log it. Now we run it again. We get hello world. Perfect. Now what if we want to, this is obviously a contrived example, but what if we want to take this console.log and put it in a separate file? We don't want it in this main file. It clutters it up, right? I mean, we have one whole line. We don't want to clutter up one whole line of the file. So let's go ahead and create something else, and we'll just call it hello.mjs. Again, make sure you have this MJS extension or it won't work. Now that we have this file open, let's go ahead and we want to export one function for now. So we'll say export function, if I can spell function, hello world, like this, and it's going to console.log hello world, like that. And let's save that, and then we'll switch back to our app.mjs file, and we want to import it here in our app.mjs file. So let's say import, and it'll probably pick up on this. I need to use curly brackets here because I'm exporting it not as default, so I want to say import, and I believe it's hello world. See, it auto completes for me. Great. Hit tab. That's there. From here it auto completes all that. So then I can go down here, get rid of this, and now I can just call that hello world function like that, save it, and so now we have our export here. We import it on line 1, we call it here, and we call main here, and we should still get hello world if we saved everything. I believe we did. So down here we're going to run our app.mjs file, and we get hello world. Perfect. So this is new as far as I can tell. I think it's new as of Node version 13. I just haven't used Node in a while, so this might be new to you also. I think it's pretty cool that it's now built in. We just have to use the MJS extension. Let me show you one or two other things that you can do with this and just play around with this a little bit. So let's go back to our hello.mjs, and now we don't want to say hello world, but we want to say hello people. So let's say export. We can do another exported function hello people. We can say console.log, if I can spell, hello people. Same deal, we'll save this. Now we want to import this, so we go back to our app.mjs, and here we now just tack this on to our curly bracket, and we say import hello world, comma, hello people. You can see now that's an option. Save that. Go down here, and we will say hello to the people before we say hello to the world. So we'll do that right there. So we'll say hello people, hello world. Everything's saved. We have our imports here. Let's run it. We get hello people, hello world. Now let's suppose we want a private function, a function that can't be accessed outside of the hello.mjs file, right? So these two can, because we're exporting them, but let's suppose we want to say hello, but we want to get the hello from another function. So for example, let's say function, and we just want to say hello to Joe. So function hello Joe, and that's of course going to console.log hello Joe, like this. And up here we're going to call that hello Joe function inside of hello people in order to be able to use that. Well, in order to be able to use that within the file. So for example, we can use this function anywhere. We can call it anywhere in this file, but it won't be accessible out here. Let me show you what I mean, right? So we have hello Joe. We go ahead and save this like this, And now we're not exporting it, but we can try and import it, but we're going to see it doesn't work, right? So if I do hello, you can see the autocomplete doesn't know it's there. I can try to hello Joe, save it. It's probably going to yell at me. Let's see. Hello Joe is declared, but value is never read. That's fine. Okay, it didn't yell yet. I don't have a linter on or anything. Hello Joe, we'll call it down here. Save it. Hope I don't eat my words here. We run it. Perfect. Yeah. NodeJS does not provide an export named hello Joe. So we're not exporting it, but all we have to do if we want to call it from there is say export, save it, and now it is accessible here, and we will get this here. So now we get all three. Now let's suppose we don't want to export it, but we want to call it from within the function, right? So let me just save some of this, save it, cool. I think I got an extra space there. Yep, save it. Go back to here, and let's get rid of this. So like that. Perfect, save that. And now in order to call this, we have to call it somewhere within here, and then call one of the exported functions over here. So after we say hello to everyone, we specifically want to say hello to Joe. So hello Joe, you can see the autocomplete works inside of this file because we can use this hello Joe function anywhere inside of the hello.mjs file. So I'm going to call it there, which logs hello Joe, and save it. I go back to my app.mjs. Nothing has to change because we call hello to the people, which says hello people, hello Joe, and then we do hello world, which logs hello world. So let's do it. Clear, run it, and there it is. Hello people, hello Joe, hello world. One last thing I want to show you, and this is just another way to export these three things, right? So maybe I don't want to export them like this. So let me go ahead and delete these. Delete. I just want to do one export at the end. Delete. Maybe if it lets me. Whoops. What'd I do there? I don't know. Delete word. There we go. All right. I just downloaded the Vim extension. I'm trying it out. It's kind of fun. Teach your own, you know. I don't know if I like it better, but it's interesting. So now I'm just going to go ahead and export these functions as one object, and then we can call on the object. So I think I can say export. Do I have to say const first? Probably not. Export const. And let's say funcs equals like this, and then we'll pass in these functions. Hello Joe, hello people, hello world. So change this word to, if it'll let me, funcs. Nope, hello, like this. And now it's redundant to say hello Joe, hello people, hello world. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Delete this one more time. Say import hello. Now we're getting it. Yep, now we're getting the autocomplete. Perfect. And we're going to get rid of this. It says FU for a second. We don't want that. I don't know how long that's been there. You can tell me in the comments. Sorry. So let's go back here. And now this is redundant, right? If we're exporting the object hello, now we don't have to say all these different things. So let's do some changing here of these. If you want to look down in the bottom of the search bar here, you'll see this little % sign. Since I'm using the Vim kind of extension, I can change these through, I don't know, just getting used to Vim, but I think I can change it through, not slash, it's like colon %s, and if I want to change all the hello Joes in this file, I can say slash hello Joe. See how it highlights those? And I can change those to just be Joe, like this. And now I can do the same thing for the other two. So I can say colon %s slash, and notice I'm a little slow because I'm just learning it. I can do hello people, and I just want to change that to people. I shouldn't do these in capital letters either. People, like this. So which means I also have to change Joe to just Joe, which is fine. Do that. And then the last thing we got to do is change hello world to just world, like that. Save it. Now if we look at our file, we can see we're just calling it world, people, and Joe, and we're doing that because we're grouping them all in an object called hello. So now we can say hello.joe is the method, .people.world. This isn't a ideal way to do it necessarily, but it is one way that works. And I just wanted to show you kind of this idea. If I put hello in front of all these, it's redundant. Let me go back here, and I'm importing hello. So now I can just say If I do hello dot, you'll see I have the options of Joe, people, and world. Let's do Joe first. Hello dot people. Start with the most specific and go to the most broad. Hello dot world. So now we have this hello object, and what we're doing up here is we're destructuring it here. So we've created the export here, and we're not really destructuring it here in a way. This is just the way we have to import it if we export it like this. Ideally, this would be destructuring, and I'll show you what that looks like also, just to not as to confuse you. So let's do this. Let's run it first, and we can see we got hello Joe twice. Now why is that? We only have it once. It's because we're still calling Joe here. Let's delete that, save it. Okay, so we were getting that twice, now we're getting it once. Okay, and the other way to do it is if we import this hello object, if we do want to talk about destructuring, we can say const Joe, people, world, let's add a space there, equals hello, like that. Then we go down here, we want to delete these, save it, and now we should still get the same result. We're just taking this hello object and we're destructuring it on the left hand side, and then just using the functions that we've imported from hello.mjs. So let's go ahead and run that, and we still get the same thing. So this was just an intro to import export in native Node.js. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you watched me fumbling around a little bit. If you did, please comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.